All right, if you are still enjoying the holiday break right now or simply looking for something to do after work today's the perfect day to curl up on the couch with your favorite science fiction book or maybe even feature film. Today is National Science Fiction Day. This is a big one for Caitlin in particular, who is a science fiction nut. So this morning we thought we'd go beyond the headline to see how this genre has become as big as it is today. Science fiction as we know it today is really a 20th century creation. But there are stories today that could be considered science fiction that date all the way back to the 1700s. Most notably, Gulliver's Travels, which dates back to 1726. Fast forward to 1818 and Mary Shelley releases Frankenstein. The book was such a major step forward for the genre that many consider Shelley the mother of science fiction, even though the word science hadn't been invented yet. Then came Jules Verne, a name that's still iconic in the science fiction community. His novels featured everything from cars to submarines, computers, and other futuristic mechanical marvels that hadn't been invented. The time period also saw classics like War of the Worlds and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, but science fiction entered its golden age in the 1920s. And it really took off in 1926, when the magazine Amazing Stories was first published. And it featured many of science fiction's best early stories. On the film and TV side, science fiction took off in the 60s and 70s with shows like Star Trek, paving the way for movies like 2001: A Space Odyssey, Star Wars, and Close Encounters of the Third Kind. And the rest, as they say, is science fiction history.
As they say.
Boy, I like that anchor. I don't know who does that stuff, but he is good. Hey, if you're wondering how January 2nd was chosen to celebrate Science Fiction Day, it is the famed birthday of science fiction writer. You might have heard of this guy, Isaac Asimov.